Hi, welcome back to another episode of Free Write Now, where I invite hilarious and creative people to do a free write with me, and then we riff and break it apart. Super excited for today's guest. I am joined by the very lovely, the very talented, the very hilarious Amber Preston!
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we do our Amber Preston dance. What is your Amber Preston? You have your dance.
Oh, yeah, I do moves. My feet, so it's slow arms and then fast. My feet are going real fast.
Real fast, yeah, fancy feet.
But I mean, you do moves are all about doing what feels good to you. So.
I love it. All-inclusive moves, you know. There's no wrong way to dance.
Yes. I can't believe you caught me. I was just so busy reading about cheese.
Oh, that's funny. I was so busy wearing my cheese attire.
Yes.
Oh my God. Fellow Midwesterner, Amber Preston.
Yes.
You can find Amber on all the social medias at Preston Party.
Yes.
Check that out and make sure because, well, this is recording, so tomorrow, but it'll come out. So tonight is going to be Amber Preston's album release party for her new album, Sparkle Parts.
Yes. So I'm going to be streaming live on all the things. I think I figured it out. So you can either go to amberpreston.com or where you're watching this right now, presumably on Facebook or YouTube or something. Just like click my name on a thing and look for Amber Preston or whatever.
Just pause this, come back to this, get over to Facebook, 9 p.m. Central, right? And 7 p.m. Pacific time?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Party. So excited. Amber, are you ready to free? Right.
Oh, yeah, I'm nervous about it. That's,
you know what? You should be. I'm going to be very honest.
Trying not to do this, even though I want, you know what I mean? Like procrastinate. Anyway, okay, I'm ready.
Don't procrastinate yourself out of my podcast. Oh, we all know it too well. All right, here's what's happened. We are going to free write for 10 minutes. You will not see that part, so don't fret. You don't need to fast forward. I'll do that for you. So I'm going to hit the timer, and then we will rock, paper, scissors for who goes first. Amber, are you ready to free write?
Yes. I feel great. I dropped pen.
Pens down.
Oh yeah, I put pens down. I did set myself up for a little success by like getting the big, you know, artist paper that like sometimes at home I'm like, I'm gonna use a Sharpie and the pen crayons and.
Oh yes, I'm making some greeting cards today.
Yeah, never one time, but so it's fun like to just like okay, and I got my pen I really liked. And then just rambled on with like no pressure. I mean, it's just, you know, whenever you do this, something like this, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. It is helpful. There's a reason people start morning pages.
Oh yeah, majority of this is garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's quantity that will eventually produce quality, right? Didn't somebody say that to me just now?
Absolutely.
So yeah, doing the work, it is helpful. So thank you for having me.
Good, sweet. All right, you ready to rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah. Do you do 1, 2? Are you like are you like 1, 2, throw? Or are you a 1, 2, 3, 4?
I think I'm a 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you?
No, I'm a bump, but I can do whatever.
That way.
So do it on the third one?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Right.
Okay, all right, let's do it. Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors. I had this one. Ooh. You beat me, my dear.
Okay. So go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. That got sexual. I don't know why. Okay, just very.
You usually do rock, paper, scissors, throw.
I'm always like rock, paper, scissors, go. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no,
exactly.
Yeah.
You just.
It's like Dr. Goose or Grey Duck. Anyway, regional thing, probably.
Well, you're from Minnesota, right?
Well, from North Dakota originally. We do we do Grey Duck. Which I think is like,
North Dakota. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you do?
Dr. Goose.
Yeah. I think it's like tiny, like there's parts of North Dakota and Minnesota and maybe Michigan that do Grey Duck and everywhere else is normal.
Yeah, I remember that was like a big thing. I went to college in Minnesota, and everyone's the gray duck
Yeah.
situation, and we're like, I mean, we made fun drinking games out of it, but that was, I'm
That's
an
so
adult now. That
Wisconsin.
was long
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. I'm sorry, I'm already off on a tangent. Okay, let's hear your free.
See, perfect. You're already great at this. Okay, here's what I wrote. I said, and again, feel free to interrupt, whatever.
Okay.
I said, I feel inclined to talk about being from the Midwest due to our
Yes,
our
tell me more.
fabulous guest from the upper mid. I can't even read my own writing. From the upper Midwest. Because to me, I only think that the Midwest includes the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, and truly nothing else.
Right. Fuck Iowa.
And like Chicago, I guess. But Southern Illinois is the South, and I highlighted that part.
Like that, like when you tell it, you would really emphasize that when you tell this to someone else.
Well, even I think people are just like, oh, I'm from Chicago. And you're like, okay, you're Midwestern. And people are like, I'm from Illinois. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
Like, it's different.
Yeah. True.
But I said, but more so I feel inclined to talk about this because my parents are upstairs talking 6 feet apart to their friend Bob, who stopped by. Because of course his name is Bob.
Yeah. Is his
And then
wife's name Judy?
his ex-wife's name is close to that.
Yeah. Perfect.
But then I just talked about what they're saying. So I was like, oh God, what are you guys doing with your days? That's all I heard up there. And then I said, the Midwest accent is truly a mouthful. It rests in the back of the throat in like a slack-jawed manner, lots of air, but hardly any movement.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you going to the job site today or no?
Yeah. Yeah, that's real like lateral, like, oh God.
You going to work or no?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a huge thing in the Dakotas to say or no at the end?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or no? Are you gonna come over for supper or no? Okay. You guys going to 4 o'clock mass or no? Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to? We might go to midnight mass this year. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, for fun. Yeah.
Well, for fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I says to the guy,
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
okay, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. I wrote, it makes my heart melt like a 10 feet of snow on a sunny day.
Oh God.
And then I said, so I says to the guy, I already wrote that. And then I was quoting my mother. She talked back. She said, oh, I gave him some food and he was a nice guy and brought back the containers.
She said containers. She didn't say Tupperware. So many people in my family still say Tupperware.
Tupperware. Oh, yeah. Or the plastic.
Yeah.
We just wrapped it in the plastic.
Yeah.
And that means Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Like, gross. And then I said, oh, whoop, I thought Bob left, but he's back now. And then I said, he told everyone, hey, could you leave the light on for an old dog like me? Is what he popped back in to say. And I'm in love with it. I said, isn't that wild that people don't lock their doors? Like, I shouldn't say that right now out loud, but I've lived in LA long enough to know that you should fully lock your car door, your house door, and even your work locker. It's wild that people don't. And then I said, I need a car right now. Maybe I can just go outside and borrow one. I said, if I had to pick, I'd borrow a truck. I'd go mudding, pick up some stuff, drop off some stuff, truck stuff. I said, ooh, it's so manly, but I'd love a woman's truck. Is there a truck that's marketed just to ladies that's not a van? I'd patent a lady truck, just pick up my lady truck, doing lady truck stuff with a lady truck voice, and pick up my other ladies with their lady parts with their lady trucks, and we'd go on lady truck adventures. I was like, fuck yes. I would have a purple lady truck party every day of the week. And then that was time.
Purple lady truck party. That's a bold truck choice in Wisconsin, first of all.
Oh, yeah, it would be, exactly, because of the
you have to be careful on that front. Lady truck. You'd haul that around, so you find some dirt probably in that lady truck. Good dirt. People are always looking for good dirt.
Good dirt, smooth dirt, all different kinds of dirt.
Good dirt. Bob, why did he want to leave the light on? Was he going to get lost? What do you think he was
Just
talking
being
about?
a nice, funny guy. Just shut the door, walked halfway up the driveway, turned back in, said, you know what? Leave a light on for an old dog like me.
You're
Just
like, yo,
wanted to tell
Bob,
this
stay
dad
6
joke.
feet back. What are you doing coming back to our house, Bob? Keep it moving, Bob. We turned the light off for a reason.
Bob, it's a pandemic, okay? Ain't nobody coming in, Bob.
No, Bob, to leave your own damn light on, Bob.
No, I'm surprised you're even in the house right now, Bob. To be
Yeah,
honest.
get over here, Bob. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, Lady Truck. Oh, shoot, I forgot. There was something else you said that what were you talking about before the truck? What did you write down before you wanted truck?
Oh, about not locking doors.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing is locked in this
No,
state.
no. Like, you'd have to, well, not this place, but like former places, it's like, you'd have to scale the building to get to the window. And I'm like, well, we gotta lock her down. You never know.
We're double locking it.
Yeah.
I remember my grandfather had a handicap sign in his, because he was old, in his car, and his car was parked in our driveway. Someone just walked up our driveway and like opened the door, took the handicap sign out, and went about their day.
Oh.
And I was like, he's like, well, I left the door unlocked. I was like, why?
That person's like, well, I got a bum leg. I'll take it. It was probably a youth or it's probably a teenager.
Yeah, it was probably just some bum, and he thought he scored. He scored huge that day.
Yeah, urban youth locking doors. Oh, good Midwest.
Do they ever, are there like parking passes for when you're a pregnant woman, or anyone can just say they're pregnant?
Oh, I mean, well, I think anybody can say they're pregnant.
Can anybody just claim that?
Yeah, and then maybe you just like
Yeah, you just do the back thing.
rub things, and I don't know. I don't know that I see that as much anymore. I feel like it used to be like grocery stores had the little like the 3 little layers, like the handicap, and then like for expecting mothers or something. But now I think that spot is for Postmates and like that kind of crap. They're like
The pregnant woman got pushed out.
The pregnant woman, you don't need to park close. You need to get those steps in, girl. You need to exercise. You gotta stay fit. You gotta be healthy.
And own that.
You are pregnant sister doing it for yourself. You don't need a handout right there. I don't do that. Well, someday when we can go to grocery stores again, we'll look.
One day.
I don't think they have them here in LA. I haven't seen. There's just not. You're just lucky for a parking spot.
Right. Oh, you're like, I've been in an LA parking, like a Ralph's parking garage on like in Hollywood, just like a line of cars just waiting, and it is vicious. It is like Mad Max underground to get a parking spot at a grocery store.
Yeah.
Wild.
Like Trader Joe's and or Whole Foods in Silver Lake is like, no, thank you. I will walk the mile if I need to go to one of them because it is.
Right.
It's parking attendant. The Trader Joe's has a parking attendant.
Yeah, that is a job. That is, will it be anymore?
Yeah, maybe now he just tells people to like keep this.
Yeah.
Stuff's happening out there.
You smell toast.
Oh, that's so fun. I hope Bob's doing all right.
I'm sure he's doing great. Great.
Yeah.
If you had to get, our time is almost up for mine, but if you had to buy a truck, what color would it be?
I wouldn't, I would want it to be a tiny little truck. A year ago, about this time, I was in Japan. My husband lived there for a while, and we went there for like a 1-year anniversary honeymoon. And the vehicles there are all like tiny and rectangle, like just like makes so much sense. I was like, I'd want a tiny little, pardon me?
Like a Kia Soul?
Yes. The boxes, so they like can fit into parking spots, and they still look like they are like Honda Elements that I don't think they make anymore. But something like that, real square and boxy, that's like not huge, but like you could still throw a dresser or a bureau in the back. But nobody's gonna like totally ask you to help them move. But you could still parallel park it in an okay thing. So something like little and boxy would be what I'd want. You asked me what color though. Is that what you were originally?
Yeah, true. You gotta go all out.
Yeah, I don't know. I suppose just a nice like black or
I was like, we just want, it's coming back. The wood paneling is coming back.
A nice Woody truck. My husband used to have a Woody, like old school Woody station wagon. So some like one of those, like if I ever had like all the money, and they'd be like those videos where they're like, I got my dad his 1960 whatever, da 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 da.
Yeah.
A Woody wagon, and I don't know. It's like an old one. It's a cool one, but
It's cool, like those Bronco ones. Did you ever play that game where you like hit somebody when you see them on the road?
we did it with the bugs, the beetles, slug bugs.
Oh, we did it with the wood paneling, and we'd either say Woody, and then when my sisters and I got older, it got to be Beaver, and then we'd hit each other in the vagina.
Oh.
We'd be like Beaver, and then just fucking smack a crotch.
Do you have brothers or you just have sisters?
Just two sisters, but we acted like men.
Right. Well, yeah, Wisconsin time. Sure. We're a bunch. Or what does that even mean? What does that mean? Wood. So, you did it when you saw wood paneling, and you'd punch them and say Woody.
Yeah.
And then Beaver once you got a little older. That is wild. No, we did it with slug bugs, the Volkswagen.
Slug bugs. Mm-hmm.
And then it was like slug bugs. But then those are a little more few and far between in Fargo. People aren't exactly a lot more trucks.
Yeah, you can't. That would be. You could only drive it for like 2 months out of the year.
Yeah, well, they did. I remember seeing the commercials. They'd be like, it's because it's like shaped like. A commercial was like showing the bug and then showing how it like would pull in front of a snowbank and be like, oh look, it's like the same. And it's like, I'm not gonna buy that.
A hidden little car.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, please.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know what color truck, but yeah, I think a lady truck is a good idea. You could do it.
I just want to be in the commercials.
Yeah.
A lady truck.
Yeah. And then you could be the other lady, like for the days when I'm like this lady, and for the days when I'm like this lady, and for the days when I'm like this lady, and then like you'd be all you, different types of ladies, and then you'd all come together and get out in that truck.
Absolutely. I mean, hi, Progressive, where are you? This could be our perfect promo, you know?
Yeah, we got it.
But they have all the best commercials.
Yeah.
It's great.
I met her once. Because I did a contest, like an online contest, like a million years ago. One of these first, like, vote for me on Facebook to be in a commercial with Flo. And it was before I lived in LA, and they flew me and my sister and then like 2 other people here to LA to like be a finalist to be in a commercial with Flo. And she was so nice, and I've since run into her. The best part was the lady that did does her hair and makeup and then did my hair and makeup for the little audition thing, used to do Elvira's hair and makeup, and I was like, whoa.
Famous already. Yeah.
It was a highlight of the trip. It was so exciting.
Dude, that's so wait, out of all contestants, it was you and your sister and 2 other people?
Well, my sister, they just like, you had to bring a friend on the trip.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many different videos, but you submitted a video and it had to be like under 30 seconds, and it just had to end with, and now that's progressive. And it's still on somewhere on my YouTube page, I think. And to be in a commercial with her, and then they flew 3, I think one girl lived here. They flew a couple of us out to be finalists and like wined and dined us for like, I got here for a week. Looking back, was like so dumb. I should have been like getting names of the people and like schmooze and whatever, because it was like, we spent like 2 days on set as part of this contest and like did all these shots. I think I didn't win. I looked so much like her when I came out, but like there was a commercial director there, like asking us to do things. And the guy that won the contest, the commercial he got to be in was basically a promo for the movie Tron, like way back when it, like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, so it was kind of a funny experience.
I looked like her.
To hang out, and they like a PA went and got Starbucks for everyone, and my sister and I, he came back with like, you see PAs with like a box with like 20 Starbucks drinks. We were like, oh my God, like we were both like, we'll take venti vanilla mocha latte chinos with whipped cream and caramel. It was ridiculous. Anyway, again, off on a tangent, so sorry.
I think, no, it's perfect tangent. I think you probably didn't get it because you did look too much like her.
Right. I was like,
your talent is there.
Right. Yeah, it was just like, you could be her sister or whatever.
I auditioned for a commercial, for a Super Bowl commercial recently with starring J-Lo, and I didn't get it. And I was like, you know what? I just look too much like J-Lo. That's
exactly what they were like, it's the same kind of like star.
This is the same ass, and we can't have that in the commercial. It's too much.
No, J-Lo she's very specific. She was feeling threatened.
She did. She was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh no, we're pulling focus.
True. And with that, pull the focus to you on your free write.
Oh, Cal. Okay, this is so funny to me. What I started with as appropriate. What's the name of your comedy album?
Dark Jeans.
Dark Jeans. Okay. Maybe it's talking to you and me thinking about albums, and actually I wrote down free write equals free bleed. Appropriate on this podcast show. I know that's a thing, and people are very passionate about it. And I'm not grossed out by the idea of free bleeding. It's a natural thing, but I'm just against any above average amounts of fluid in my pants, blood and or otherwise. Something's gone wrong if that's what's happening. Okay. Also, nothing about free bleeding is free. This is so dumb. Nothing about free bleeding is free. Gotta buy new pants, money. New skivvies, money. New carpet, you get it. I wrote down, you get it. And then I started to write. This quarantine has me making so much coffee at home, and I never wash the coffee pot. Coffee pots. Do you have to? They're like, I wrote down, they're like jeans or my hair. I only wash when other people are getting involved. I did squish it clean the other day, like put a proper cleaner in there. There's construction happening next door to me. The one time in my life when I truly do not have to be up at any time. My alarm clock is a doorstop, a useless box that sits next to my bed and emits a blue light. And for months, many weeks, quarantined, self-isolation, and construction at 7 a.m., 5 days a week. No, 6 days a week. In LA, they can start at 7 a.m. during the week and at 8 a.m. on the weekends. And these dang go-getters, that's what I wrote down, these dang go-getters, I hear their trucks rolling in at 6:45. We are living in unprecedented sleeping in, vegging the fuck out times, and my landlord needs to build an extra room in the bungalow behind us so his niece can have a reading nook. I don't have kids, just a husband that whistles and a neighbor that loves Jesus. She's right there. They should be the only things waking me up during quarantine. That's what I wrote down.
That's perfect. Wow, God, so many points to talk on because first off, free bleeding, yes, it is not free. Free bleeding is a privilege.
Right. Or like the total opposite of that. Like or like only those ends of the really, really great or really, really bad.
Right. It's my free bleeding stemmed out of laziness first and foremost. And then it stemmed out of like, well, I can't afford tampons. And then it was like, well, I also don't have a job right now, so I really have nowhere I need to be. So it was just like, okay, like let's designate a pair of sheets, designate some towels, let's designate some jeans. Here we are, you know?
Yeah. So you've dabbled.
I've been free bleeding for 4 years.
Wow. So you have like your kit for like those 3 to 5 days.
Yeah. And it's like it honestly, there's a shout out, there's a podcast called Vicious Cycle. They're on Instagram and they're great, and it's these ladies from San Francisco, and they talk about it. I've been on their podcast a couple of times, and since then some of their listeners have like chimed in about free bleeding, and we all have the same thing, which I wasn't aware of, that it was a thing, but my period has gotten lighter since doing it, which I think is crazy. Like my cycle is shorter, and it's not as, I have like one heavy day and then the rest is pretty light. So, and then that was what other people said, that their periods changed after doing it too.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well, no judgment, no party. I just, that's, I'm messy enough as is. I don't know that I can jump into that.
If I had someone that I shared a bed with, I would probably have a different take on it. But
well, I mean, we're legally bound together, so it's not like.
Yeah. What if the lawyer's like, what do you want me to write up? That she bleeds too much? Okay. How much does that cost you in sheets? Okay, divide.
Right. Well, we got a king size bed, so girl, you know that's expensive. But I could have like a whole section.
That's so funny. I always thought it'd be funny if people free bled on water beds. Like, where does it go?
Who has a water bed? My parents had a water bed when we were little, and I do remember in the winter like it being warm and like a cool thing. But now the idea of it just makes me want to vomit. It sounds awful.
It truly feels confusing to me. Yeah, as a kid I was like fine, but now as an adult I'm like, how did anything, sleeping or otherwise, happen in this?
You're constantly engaging your core to like do anything in the bed. Oh God.
Right. Or like sleeping on your side. Like, no, I don't get it.
Oh, and then the other, if with another person, just like,
Right.
oh, yes.
Blue eye.
Oh no, I get motion sickness at the drop of a hat. So that like is our, oh, no, thank you, please. Oh, awful.
I
And
agree
we're
with you. I agree with you on not washing the coffee maker.
Mhm.
Also, do you wash your coffee mug after every use?
Yes, but only because I often put like if we have a dairy, if we have heavy cream, which we've been kind of leaning into, although it hasn't been at the grocery stores this quarantine because
Mm.
well, look when that fat hits my lips. Oh, heavy whipping cream. But I also have when we don't have that, I have this like when I was trying to not do dairy for a while, I bought these like coconut powder creamer business, and now I really like them. And I got one that has like super mushrooms in it that's supposed to be good for you. So it leaves like a film in the cup. So I don't like proper wash it, but I rinse it
Yeah.
kind of right afterwards because then that becomes, especially right now with all these fucking dishes. Sorry, I swore. I've been trying to like keep the same water cup all day long, or like rinse my
Yeah.
coffee cup, and that becomes my tea cup for
Yeah.
like later or my emergency or whatever. So I don't proper wash it until I need to. I do rinse it pretty frequently because it's milk and stuff. You
That makes
know?
sense. That makes sense. Conserve the
Yeah.
water too. When
Yeah.
I had a office job, I had, when you work in an office, your mug is like property. It
Oh
is
yeah.
property. So I never would wash it and leave it overnight because I didn't want anyone to take it. Not that anyone, I don't know if they would, but I just didn't do it. So,
Right.
and I only had black coffee, but I would just drink it and then leave it on my desk the
Yeah.
next day, just like rinse it out, re-pour it. But on the side would be all of these like drip marks because apparently I don't know how to drink it. And all of my coworkers were like, stop bringing that into meetings because it's disgusting.
You're like, you think that's disgusting? Let me tell you about the third week in the month, if you know what I mean.
Let me tell you why I'm single. Okay.
You bring in your own rolling office chair 3 days out of the month. You're like, no, I've got my own chair today.
No, but I truly did bleed on a lot of chairs there and was like very embarrassed about it. And my friend who we met each other at that job and we're still best friends to this day. And this is like back in like 2011 and I would bleed on it. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And so there was this office conference room that no one used. So she would help me out where we would, after the meeting was done, I'd like hang around a little bit longer while everyone else left. And then we'd get a fresh chair and we'd just like swap them out.
Yeah. Where was it? What was this? What industry was this?
Oh, it's a nonprofit. It's a nonprofit industry.
That checks out.
Yeah. So really, they were getting
So
their
you were the first person doing that in those chairs then.
I mean, I wish I could say it was Target. I wish I had Target money, but
No.
that's not it.
No.
The last point you touched on, construction.
Yeah.
How funny. I was a property manager, not like last summer, and they were redoing the building. So when you were naming the times of when LA construction time is, oh my God,
Is that correct? Because we just assume because they don't start till like exactly 7 on the weekdays and then 8 on the weekends. So I'm like, that must be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're doing it because you can get, if anyone's listening that lives in the Los Angeles area, you can record, like if people start earlier, later doesn't matter. I mean, or if they're supposed to stop too at like 7 p.m. or something like that, 8 p.m. But if they start earlier, you can there's like a whole website dedicated to people like sending it in and complaining about it because they'll get a big fine.
Oh, yeah. And I think you'd get in trouble because I doubt this is like sanctioned, license permit properly, but it's fine. And it's construction, it's got to happen. And we wouldn't normally be here. It's just like, this is like a crazy time in history where we can truly live like we're 19 and stay up all night long watching Project Runway and then get Taco Bell and then do nothing until 4 p.m. when you got to go to your bartending job, it's just been, and they're so close and they've been leaning shit on our wall because it's the same landlord. So like my bedroom window, like laying in sleep, I could there's a window where I could open the window in my sleep and be like, hey, can you move that? Let me just move this piece of wood. Like it's so close. And they've been leaning shit on our wall. And my husband was like, we pay rent here and you guys can't use this. He wasn't like that. he was like talk to them, but it's just
You have
fine.
to truly like stand up for yourself in those situations, because construction workers will, and not that it's them themselves, but it's
Yeah.
like the trickle down effect is so insane with like who's keeping the money, who's
Right.
getting paid what, who's doing the actual hard labor. At the end of the day, it's like, I'm sorry you guys are out here in this hot heat, and
Yes.
you got here at 6 a.m. and but like also,
Right, so this is my, and it's the same landlord that owns like these 3 houses. So I'm sure in their mind, if they know that, it's like, oh well, this is sweet. And like our alley, like they're using our driveway. Like I open my door and I have to like scooch around their truck. Like it's
yeah,
all the same property, so to speak. So I'm like, yeah, it is. But also, I'm paying a lot of money by nationwide standards to have this space.
yeah, this
Yeah.
tiny little thing. I
Yeah.
know. Do you think that with all of this, that I wonder if construction will stop, like, or if people are going to stop renovating and like rebuild, because like the property that I managed was definitely like being gentrified in Koreatown by this
Yeah.
like investment company, blah blah. I'm like, okay, so there's no money left.
Right.
Or maybe the construction overall will stop, which sucks for people with those jobs, and I feel bad for that. But
Yeah.
but the less people are building, the lower rent will go.
I mean, right? Isn't that the dream? It's I don't know. I do kind of like always like skim Zillow and like look at rentals and houses and stuff. Not that we can buy a house, but like just like see what's up.
Yeah.
But I haven't noticed. I've seen people posting about rents dropping, like, oh, there's nothing in our building. I know it's not a great time to move, but rent is dropping. And I've seen a few things like that. But for like the first couple months, I'm like, oh no, dog, you need to drop it. Like, yeah, it's really insane. What am
Yeah,
I doing?
it's all a game. It's all like, because like whenever when I was like selling like whatever, renting apartments, there would be like, start here, see if you can get it here, and then if they say no, or they're like kind of interested, we can lower it like $100,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, if you can lower it 100, can you lower it 300?
Yeah.
Because then it'd be great.
But who else? Who would heck? I feel like any decent place in LA, like you're like, oh, hurry up and get the application in because like 50 other people are applying. So I would never think to be like, hey, could you drop the rent $100? I would never ask.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You got to. Because there's also these things of like, this place didn't have parking, and so that was like, oh, we're looking at this other spot, but the other spot is a little bit more expensive, but it has parking, so
Right.
we might take that. And so there's all these little tricks that to
Yeah.
say as to like bargain when you're apartment hunting that I've discovered. It's crazy.
You might also be. You're good. It sounds like you're good at that in general. But I read a little. Somebody posted. We're probably running out of time, but I read a little blip. Say it was an article. Long story short, there are guessers and askers in the world, and people are like generally fall in those 2 categories. And it was an etiquette question. Like this guy was like, oh, my wife's friend wants to stay in our spare bedroom, and I don't want it, and we've put her off long enough. How do we politely tell her no? And the comment section was like, well, just tell her no. And then other people were like, it's rude that she even asked. And then somebody was like, yeah, because there are askers and there are guessers, and guessers are like come off as it's very passive aggressive because you won't ask unless you are quite certain you're going to get the answer you want. So
Right.
you dance around it and you're guessing and you're trying to figure out the best way to get something without asking for it, where askers just like ask for it, knowing that no could be an answer. And like there are pros and cons to both, but both see the other person as completely wrong and weird. And I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. And it was like relationship wise, especially in the bedroom. Somebody was like, oh yeah, this makes so much sense. My ex-wife and I, she was definitely an asker and I was a guesser. And now that like our whole sex life is coming into question, and I was like, what?
Dude, that's incredible. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I'll send you I forget where it's at. I mean, I know who reposted it, so I'll find it and send it to you.
No, awesome. That makes sense, because I feel like I was raised by one and the other.
Yes, that's what somebody else read, that they were like, now with my mom, she's an asker, so we know this. My dad is a guesser, so we would all So I kind of have to, like, it's 2 different languages.
Yeah.
I
was always raised with like, the worst someone can say is no. Like, it doesn't hurt asking. The worst someone can say is no. And then I graduated with an interpersonal communications degree. So I noticed that it's funny, maybe I just don't remember that, but there's like different types of personalities you have to talk to in certain types of ways.
Right. I'm sure there's more scientific or like
Yeah.
specific terms for what I just tried to say, but
I love that though. What are you? Are you?
Oh, I'm a guesser for sure. I'm trying to be more of an asker. Like, I'm definitely have that passive aggressive, or like oh, that's rude. Or like my husband has worked in animation and done some graphic design. So sometimes he's helped me to see, like, sometimes when I'm emailing people like work stuff or production comedy, I'll be like, hey, if you have a minute, I think I'm being polite. And really, he's like, that is a really confusing email. You need to say, hey, this is what I want and this is when I would like it. Can you do that? If not, let's work, And I'm like, oh, that feels so bossy. Oh, wait, no, that's actually truly helpful for the person because they're like, nope, don't have time for that. Ooh, that's exactly what they want.
Where's your husband from?
He's from Seattle.
Yep, that makes sense. Seattle
So.
seems like a very asker city. I lived in Portland. I lived in Portland. Portland's a guesser city.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Seattle, that makes sense. Well, because like growing up, I feel like, again, going back to we'll end it in a full circle of this Midwestern
Midwest. Yeah, passive aggressive Scandinavians. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh god. Well, that's like the or no thing.
Yeah.
You think you can do that or no? Which means like, I'm fine either way. It'd be nice if you could help me, but don't worry if it's a burden.
Yeah. It is you don't want to be a burden. You don't want to be in anybody's business. But like, if you have time, if you want to, it's just a weird.
Yeah.
Aggressive, and I've definitely tried to catch myself on a lot of that and just ask for things. And especially comedy-wise, specifically in this industry, like you're going to hear so many no's anyway. Maybe that's why it's helped me that to get better at it. Like you got to start asking for more money, asking for things in general.
It's so powerful, and like it's scary. It's terrifying. Asking is terrifying because you don't want to look needy or gross or like you're trying to ladder climb in a weird way. You're just like, hey, but then half the time on the other end of it, I've heard too from like producers and stuff where they're like, they're happy to help and they don't have time or like bandwidth to go and ask somebody. So if someone asks them, then they're like, oh yeah, duh, cool. You know?
Or like, oh, cool. Okay. Well, nope, I have nothing to offer this person right now, but okay. Oh yeah. Joanne. Okay. I remember her. I saw that name.
You're interested. Dope.
Making things happen. Yeah, it's weird. So I'm gonna ask more, guess less.
Ask for what you need, baby. And also
I need you all to buy my album. Yes. With hearts. And Joanne's dark jeans. Dark pants.
I had my highlight, baby. It's good. This is your time to shine, sparkle parts. You're gonna have so much fun tomorrow. I'm excited to tune in. Yes. Reminder, it's gonna go live on all streaming.
Yeah.
Party.
Who's going to AmberPreston.com. Oh, who's going to be on is me, Jenny Yang, very funny, Lennon Parham, very funny actress, funny lady, and Chad Daniels, and then maybe a couple of other little surprise.
What a lineup. All celebrating you and your hilariousness. Amazing.
Trying.
Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a true delight, as always. I can't wait to hang out with you live tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, and see you in person.
See you in person in a parking lot someday when that comes.
Yes. Yeah, with our trucks.
Okay. Bye, Amber. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Okay, have a good night.
All right, bye.
Bye.